Hey everyone, that's me, BeyerLureCo, and this is my coworker and friend Steve. And as you can tell, Steve likes snakes. So, we went and seen all 42 of Steve's snakes.
Now I got him, April will be 2 years ago. He's the one the pet shop actually gave him to me because he was biting everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was starved, emaciated and everything. His backbone was showing, and he looks like he's got a pimple starting out right there, a little lump. He did have a blackhead probably 5-6 months ago.
Snakes get pimples and blackheads?
He's the only one I've ever seen have it, and it just looked like an infected pore, basically. But his shed looked kind of like tissue paper sticking up, and you can kind of see where that hole was right there. That little red one there. It was sticking up, and I was like, what in the world is this? And my fiance, being a nurse, I pulled on this thing, and it come out, and it was like, son of a bitch.
Bye, Murderface.
Yep. He's about 5 feet long. I estimate he's probably about 4 or 5 years old.
William Murderface, Murderface, Murderface.
How in the world did you still make... Oh, I know what you did. He used it as a jacuzzi. Everything is soaked. He's going to jump out. This is Ares. He is a blood python. Hence the whole God of War reference, Ares.
Oh, man.
They're actually in the short-tailed python family. So this is where their body ends, their tail begins. So it's short tail.
Huh. Yeah,
whereas Murderface's tail is about this long.
Yeah, you thick.
Yeah. He's a little skittish at first, but then he's just a little puppy dog. Aren't you? It's my buddy.
My gosh. And you have 42 snakes?
Yeah, 42.
42.
Yeah. The next one I'm not going to grab. His name is Hades.
Oh, that's your blood python that bites you.
Yeah. He is an asshole.
Oh, he's big.
Mm-hmm. I'll grab him out later when I get my gloves on. But if he bites, his teeth are not straight up and down. They're curved back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he hits you, he's not trying to bite and hold on. He's trying to bite you, like tag you and go, get away from me. Don't touch me. And what that does is his teeth will hit you and pull. And it has a sound of angry Velcro. That's what we call it. The cool thing that he has about him that, say, the ball pythons don't have is you can see his eyes move.
Oh, okay.
Get him in there before he decides otherwise.
And you don't do any poisonous snakes. Do you have to have a license
No
for
venomous
that?
snakes. There's a difference between poisonous and venomous.
My bad.
Poisonous means you bite it, you die. Venomous means it bites you, you die. So that's where you get the difference. I don't have anything venomous. You do have to have a permit. I want nothing to do with that. I really want nothing to do with that.
It seems like way more of a working hazard, if you will.
Oh, definitely. Let's see. I want to make sure she's good. This is Pixie. She's actually a bumblebee.
A bumblebee.
Yeah, she is a ball python, which she's a spider pastel. And she is quite gravid. So she has eggs. And this is what we do with her.
Well, she is thick.
She's got some beautiful green eyes too.
Girl, you thick. Wow. That's...
So the spider gene is what you see right here where it looks like two rails running down the neck. And then you see this little, looks like a pinstripe with little drippings on it.
Yeah.
So this one is also a spider Jean. Her name is Calypso. If you take Calypso, because of that spider gene, and you turn her upside down, she has a hard time righting herself.
Huh.
That's called corkscrewing.
What the heck?
You see how her head kind of wobbles like she's not strong?
Yeah.
That's actually a genetic disorder. It's a neurological disorder with that spider gene. There's, I believe, 2 genes that cause that. Spider happens to be the big one, and there's kind of a big to-do about if we should still breed the spider gene.
Yeah.
This one I actually have bred with this guy. He's what they call a super pastel. So the pastels are going to be black and yellow. She is a spider pastel. So what that means is I'll get bumblebees like her, killer bees, super pastels, and pastels. But you notice the difference in size. He's full grown. She's full grown.
Yeah, she's a lot thicker.
But she's also a lot longer. He's about 3 feet, where she's about 5.
Wow. That's kind of like where they top off at length.
Give or take. Alright, Mama. Let me put you back.
And you were saying at work you had one of your snakes has a roommate, or did it eat the rat?
He did have a roommate. That was Puddin'. That's my banana Inchi. And he also has what's called a paradox mark. Which is this.
Okay.
And so all bananas get these little dots. He's actually going into shed, what we call going into blue. That's why his eyes look like they got cataracts. They're kind of fuzzy looking. Also, his belly has this kind of pinky orange color to it. So that means he's about to shed. He's got this oil coat. That's alright, buddy. I'm putting you back. You want to hold one? Because I got the right one for you.
Go for it, hon.
Okay.
Take the coat off. This is my baby boy. His name is Kodama. He's my first ball python. When I got him, he literally would fit in the palm of your hand. Head down. He's what we call a cinnamon. So it's kind of a toffee color. He likes technology. He loves cameras. He really loves SpongeBob. Alright, she's in the middle of shed. So that's why she's got all the stuck shed on her. So I gotta give her a bath. But this is what her shed comes off looking like. And on her back, it actually has color to it. So sometimes you can actually see these markings in the shed.
So
She's a sweet baby.
Is it normal to come off in pieces, or
It's a
one full?
humidity problem.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to be putting an aquarium in here in the next month or so to get more humidity and bring the heat up. And like it's a little warm in here right now. That's because I try to close off the vents and I run a heater. Right now the heater's not plugged in.
Okay, and so you have their names.
Yeah.
But are these also their
No.
their coloration?
No,
or
this
what's
was
that?
whenever I got the rack. That's what it was. It was somebody had it before.
Oh, okay.
Because a xanthic is a trait that causes them to be all black and gray. Girl, if you come after my face. Okay. Once you get them out and they know that it's not food time, they usually pretty much chill. but her name is Armani.
You can just tell there's like all muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's wild.
Now you held a big one. Hold this one. Pretty neat, huh? They really start showing their true colors after about a year old.
Oh, kind of
Yeah.
their own personalities.
Yeah, they get their own personalities about a year. After a couple years, you really notice it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Doodle is my sister's favorite. He is a lesser cinnamon. So I showed you Kodama and Pandora, they're cinnamons.
Mm-hmm.
The lesser or butter gene actually causes it to lighten up.
Oh, that's...
His name is Doodle because it looks like somebody drew all over him.
Yeah, you can definitely tell like where the spots are. They're a lot darker outlined. Wow.
He's a sweet baby too. And my sister will come in and grab him and just do that with him.
Just walk around the house.
Yep. This is
It's like it's an
snackless.
accessory.
And he is very curious. This one is named Merlin. He is a mystic. Merlin the Mystic. I'm real creative with my names, as you can tell. And he's still a little guy. And on the markings, we call these alien heads. I mean, kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
It's just in the ball python world, that's what they call them.
Well, it's crazy how like if you just mix, you mix all these genetics or like what genetics like have different colorations.
Because he's a lesser cinnamon. You've seen the super pastel.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lesser pastel. Doodle, get out of my face, bud. He's actually going in the shed too. You see that pink?
Yeah.
But his name is Pancake because he kind of looks like somebody singed a pancake. The coloration.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a sweet baby too. And this one is Kada. She's what we call a jigsaw. So she's a Mojave pinstripe. If you want to hold any of them, you can hold them.
That's pretty.
Why, do you want to hold them? You haven't held one yet.
Yeah, we'll
I can
we'll
film
flap
you.
over.
Here.
It's my biggest.
Go ahead and put them around your neck. Now, I will tell you this. Their tail, the tip, is a little pointy. So you will feel that and go, what the hell is stabbing me? But he's going to get around your glasses. He has a thing for those. And he's periscoping straight up.
If I can feel it.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, you're right, hon. This is so weird.
We'll wait until he starts like moving more.
Well, I've had like so many close encounters with like rattlesnakes back in South Dakota. That snake touched my ear. That like snakes are like, ooh.
This is basically a pastel leopard.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Oliver
Oh my gosh.
because he has olive green eyes. If he'll sit still long enough.
I feel him on the hat.
Yeah. Look at that.
There he is. That one's really pretty. I really like all the yellow.
He's also het clown. So whenever you hear the term het,
Mm-hmm.
it means both parents would have to have the same gene to pass it on. So he is a leopard het clown. Olivia is a leopard het clown.
Oh, she's a lot darker though.
Mm-hmm. She's also a lot younger. He's almost 3 years old. She's about a year old.
So their colors will change as they get older?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This would be a great thumbnail. You want to take a pic, hon?
Sure.
Went back in. That's her belly button.
Huh.
She ain't having it. So, when we put her with the next one I'm going to show you, this is Bruce. He's a spot nose. He's even got an X on his head.
Oh, neat.
His name is Bruce because when we put him and Olivia together,
Mm-hmm.
they have a 25% chance of causing a trait called Batman, which is all black and yellow snake. It's a spot nose leopard clown mix. These are both het for clown.
Listen, he gets a lot of those alien heads.
Yep.
That's so cool.
This one is Crystal. She is a crystal, which is a special
Oh.
Mojave.
She's pretty.
She almost has a pink color to her.
She's really pretty.
And she's really strong too for her size. This is one of my newer babies. This is Meryl. She's an Inchy Calico. So the Inchy is this
Whoa.
black pattern.
Mhm.
Calico is this white, kind of sugary looking side.
Yeah, then it all looks like it's outlined by,
Yellow,
that yellow.
that gold color.
Wow. That's so cool.
It looks like the weirdest camouflage pattern ever, doesn't it? And then, so we got a couple of these. This is called a genetic stripe, or a G stripe. And that's a heterozygous trait, so both parents have to have that also. Because Pandora is het for G stripe, but she does not have the G stripe.
Mm.
She's like, will you stop pulling me out? I'm sorry, baby. I know. So that one was Sophia. This one is Shimmer. She's also a G stripe. We got both of them at the same time up in South Carolina. Let's see. Oh, I know, you were on the heater. So this is Moana. Bet you can't guess why we named her that.
Wait, what was her name?
Moana.
No idea.
Looks like a Maui hook almost back here.
Oh, yeah.
So she's what you call a specter. So if you mix a specter with a yellow belly, you get what's called a super stripe.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the G stripe, you got the pin stripe, which is what Kata is, then you get what's called a super stripe. And there's also something called a triple stripe or a tri-stripe. This is Ellie.
Whoa.
She is a fire inchy orange dream. Real cool way she got her name. Let's see. She'll quit moving, I can get the body here. So E-L-I. Ellie. E-L-I. And then E-L-I. She's got it on her twice.
Hmm.
Now you see how she went after my hand really quick?
Yeah.
That's a feeding response. This is Tana. She's also a cinnamon, just like Pandora, just like Kodama, and just like Andromeda. Can you see her, or is she in the back?
She's in the back.
Okay. She's also a cinnamon. She's het for Ghost. No, this one's hat for ghost. That one's just a cinnamon.
Buy me dinner before you start licking my neck.
I've got so many little waters I gotta fill up. This one's Adonis. He's also going in the shed. But you see all the little freckles?
Yeah.
That is a banana trait. And ball pythons technically have legs. So you'll see back here they got these little hooks, these little spurs right here. Some are longer than others, but what they are is they're basically the bottom of the knee and the femur that comes off the back. They're vestigial legs. So that means they were there once, but they just kind of faded away.
Whoa.
So, this is a true albino. She's even got like cherry strawberry lemonade eyes.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah. She's probably going to be about 5 feet long as well.
That's so pretty.
Yeah. And this is what a normal looks like. This is your normal, everyday. Oh, you're going into blue, baby. Sorry. That's a normal ball python. This is diamond. Just a black and brown.
Mm-hmm.
What everybody kind of idealizes what a ball python is. And this is Evie. She's also a normal, but her pattern's a little bit wonky. So we don't know exactly what she might have. She might have a completely different genetic makeup that we don't know what possibilities she has. But Al-Qaeda is a Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a Mojave and a Mojave, you get what's called a super Mojave or a blue-eyed leucistic.
Whoa.
And she has blue eyes.
That is so cool.
That's actually 100% real. There's nothing on her other than white. And you're a feisty little thing, aren't you?
So as far as like breeding ball pythons, like are there like certain traits that people value more, or?
Yeah, clown is pretty expensive. If you just get a normal clown ball python, you're looking about $400.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting like the Orange Dream, clown, Inchy together, you could be talking upwards of $1,000. But putting Bruce and Olivia together, that can be anywhere between $2,000 to $9,000 for those offspring.
Whoa.
For Merlin and Crystal to be put together, because she's a special Mojave,
Mm-hmm.
Their offspring could be up to $4,000 or $5,000. And over here, you get this cool orange color. And she's starting to get freckles.
So that's just something that all bananas get the freckles.
Yeah, unless you put lesser, like, let's say I had a female banana
Mm-hmm.
and I put her with Doodle because he's a lesser cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would not have spots. This one's also a banana, but he's a banana pewter G-stripe. So it's really hard to see the stripe on his back because of the banana.
Mm-hmm.
But She is a champagne. Hence the name. Come on, show that pretty little face of yours. And she's got a little stuck shed on her. I gotta clean that off too. It's a full-time job.
How do you clean that off? Do you just peel it?
Put a box with wet sphagnum moss in it and just leave it in here, and she'll take it off on her own. She's actually going to be pink and purple when she's full grown.
That's
like
cool.
cotton candy pink and purple. Her name is Celia. The girlfriend of Mike Wazowski on Monsters Inc. She was pink and purple snakes.
Cute.
So I named her after that.
Her eyes are so cool.
She's got red eyes just like Scarlet and Murderface does.
That's sick.
And this is Shandon. That's her little defensive pose. And you see how quick it changes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got all this stuck shit on her as well. She's what's called a puma. And it's a spark and a fire mix. Sparks tend to be yellow, fires tend to be yellow, but for some reason they make this wicked gray splotchy looking pattern. Kind of like the printer started running out of ink type of deal.
How many years have you been doing this?
About 3.5.
3.5? I feel like there's so much that you can learn about this, or that you have to learn about this.
Yeah, and truth be told, I just kind of fell into it. These are the new babies that I just got last Saturday. So this is a pinstripe, and that is a pastel. These don't even have names yet. But I've been wanting a pastel since I started. I mean a pinstripe. So the pinstripe, you're going to have this dorsal lines lighter, and it's going to be ran parallel with the black lines. Now he's got a really, really good temperament so far. I mean, I haven't seen anything where it's... Usually when you get a baby, they'll be afraid of you. Sometimes they might lunge, but they're not going to hurt you. Pandora, that big female in there that's shedding, she was probably about 3 months old, and I had a red light, like a heater above her, and she bit me instead of the mouse, and it got my fully undivided attention. First time I was ever bit. I learned. I have not been bitten by anything that big other than Hades. But these two are really special. See, that's a regular pastel. The reason why these two are very special is because of their genetics. They're both het for Cryptic and Desert Ghost. Cryptic gives a wild pattern to them. Desert Ghost actually gives them very, very fine, defined lines. So instead of it looking like a little sketch, it looks like somebody took a Sharpie and intentionally put the lines on it. So they're broad, they're thick, and they're very obviously meant to be there.
So if you were to breed ball pythons, typically how many eggs do they have?
So I've got Andromeda, Pandora, and Pixie have all bred with the male right above them. They've locked up several times. They're anywhere between 1 and 14 eggs in a clutch. It takes 2 months from the time they're fertilized to laid, and then another 55 to 58 days to hatch. And that's what that right there's for. That's the incubator. All right.
Oh.
So this is a blood python. And this is what happens whenever you don't treat them as a pet when you first get them. They get very upset and rowdy and want to fight. So this is what happens.
Oh yeah, you can hear him hissing.
Mm-hmm. Oh. There you go. That's the inside of his mouth. Open up. There you go. So if you see on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
you can see his teeth right there. And he's quick.
Yeah, that's fast.
Too slow.
Huge thanks to Steve for letting us drop by, check out his pretty, in my opinion, big snake collection. And, I used to be somebody that, had a fear of snakes. So doing this really helped me out. I got to learn a ton from Steve about snakes, and I just have, a greater appreciation for these beautiful animals. And if you want to see more of Steve's snakes, you can go check him out on his Instagram. It's right here, and I'll link it below. But he also makes these awesome fishing keychains and fishing jewelry as well. So you can check that out here, and I'll also link it below. Thanks again, Steve. And I hope you guys consider subscribing to the channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you.